We're designing and building a window and a frame for an exterior door. In part 3, we're getting the table saw ready to cut all the pieces. That's coming up right now. Well, all the last cuts were pretty successful, and so everything is like 1 3/4 inches. It's really nice. This is the last piece I cut. As long as the last piece is as good as the first piece, we're all set to go. Now, on this diagram, I want this to be a cut piece, and I want this to be a cut piece because both of these, my cuts are a lot smoother than the factory cuts on this board. So I want these as pieces that are going to be cut away. So how do we do that? I'm looking at that and I'm saying, well, this is going to have to be cut. This piece is flat. This is going to be part that's exposed to the outside. It's going to be plainly visible. So is this. So I'm going to make that cut down here. So this piece will be down there. This piece will be on the inside. I had to flip the board around to get this. This piece will be on the inside. That cut's already been made, so this piece has already been cut. The next cut is going to be there or one of these right here. And I figure, of course, this piece is going to be the same thing, except it's going to be inverted. It's going to be over here. So that inside cut has already been made. The only one left is to make this cut over here. So I've kind of planned all this. I just kind of scribbled out what these numbers is. Obviously are not going to be to scale because the scale is actually whatever these numbers are. But I drew this. Okay, so there's the plan for this side over here. And then there's the plan for this side over here. And it gives me an idea of what cuts I need to make. And from this side, I can probably finish up with, so I've already made 2 cuts here, 1, 2, and then I can make the next cut. This is 3/8, because that's 3/8 of an inch, and this whole thing is 1 1/8 of an inch, so that's 3/8, 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8, or 3/8, 3/8, and 3/8. So that's 3/8 right there. That's 3/8 right there to make this cut, however deep that is, and then this cut will go down to the 2-inch mark. So that's, we'll have to use a high blade on that one, and that has to be made all the way across. So I'm just looking at this and saying, well, where will my numbers be? And I'm just gonna go from this side. I'm looking at, okay, this one is 2, right at 2 1/4. And that's going to be on the, if I'm cutting from this edge, that means that it has to be 2 1/4, and this has to be on the inside. And then, of course, this is an inside measurement because I'm going to be cutting. This will be the marker board over here. This will be up against this piece right here, which means this whole piece will be flipped over this way and be fed in that way. I measured 1 inch height, and of course you do that by just setting 1 inch over here. And then I ran a test piece in just halfway and then came back out. And then, so one thing we just checked is that's 1 inch. Now the rest of it is this 1 3/8 inch, and I measure, of course, from the outside, and we're measuring to the outside of the cut, and the 1 3/8 should be going to right there. And remember, it's the outside of the cut we're looking at, and it seems like it looks like it's pretty close to 1 3/8 all the way through here. So we're ready to make the next cuts on all these other pieces. Now we're going to flip this on. Okay, so the reason I'm measuring one of the short pieces is to make sure that the cut landed in the right place. And then I have the right measurement going here. And of course, if one of the short pieces goes bad, I can always make a new one. But at this point, it's an awful lot of work to go back and make both of these cuts. The first thing, of course, is that 1 inch, and it looks close enough to me. And is that actually that is the piece that's going to be right there. We're just looking at the other end of it. And is this 3/8 of an inch, which is more important, is this 3/8 of an inch right there. And of course what I'm seeing is it looks like it's 3/8 of an inch, and that's what it needs to be. Okay, so that cut was successful. I'm going to go ahead and make the other 3, and then and it looks like it's very clean from both sides. This is what we wanted. Alright, so that's cut number, well, I want to say cut number 2. Cut number 2 on the table saw, but it was like, you know, we got 5 or 6 cuts before we ever got to the table saw. So that's cut number 2. So we're going to go ahead and run the rest of these through. Thanks for watching my program. If you like my videos, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for an organized listing of my YouTube videos, go to my website, www.wherearemyplacebos.com, and click on videos. Have a great day.